Well, that's heroin.
We have cocaine.
What we believe to be crystal meth.
There's a spice pack.
You got a whole big bag of mushrooms back there.
The Alaska State Troopers are on the front line on the war against drugs, tracking down the suppliers, dealers, and users, and making them pay.
Get on the ground, get on the ground.
The moral of the story is you're going to get caught and you're going to go to jail.
It's the start of the day shift in Fairbanks, and troopers are gearing up for a major takedown.
We're looking for a lot of guns, a lot of stolen paint.
Their mission, infiltrate the compound of suspected thieves who may be harboring a cache of stolen guns and drugs.
So this is one of the places that they're going to have a whole bunch of junk there, so it can be hard to determine what's stolen. So we find
Trooper Melvin Colley leads a formidable team of 6.
When somebody burglarizes a residence, they know where they're going to take and sell it within the first 48 to 72 hours. If you don't catch them with it, then it's gone. You really never know what you're going to run into when you go there. One day you can go there and find just one person or 2 people there. The next day it can be like 10 people there. 10-4, I'll be 10-4. There's all kinds of places that people can hide.
Troopers approach the compound cautiously so they don't send the gang scurrying.
Okay, there it is right there.
12, are you guys in possession?
Yeah, right here in the corner we can see the trailer where we're at. And then once you guys clear it, then I'll make the entry.
They quickly apprehend one suspect, but no more are hiding among the debris and could be armed.
Watch your left.
I got a trailer over there.
Clear over here. You got movement over there.
I can't see anything.
I'm gonna sweep around behind here. Watch your left. Sorry, I'll put your hands behind your back. Step off the bike. Don't be moving around here on me, partner.
Troopers snare the ringleader and 4 of his accomplices.
Let your hands go.
Now they can focus on what they came for.
Alright, well, I'm gonna find out. If nothing in there, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Just stop the ground for a second. Slide this spot back here a little bit.
See if there's anything that looks suspicious or anything like that.
Jackpot.
We found a weapons that have been disassembled. They have everything just taken apart just so that it makes it hard to identify the guns.
And that's not all.
Heroin. Heroin?
Yeah.
The compound is loaded with almost every controlled substance imaginable.
We found drugs, what we believe to be crystal meth, marijuana, possibly what appears to be heroin. We found puncture needles, spoon, machine residue on it. Just about every one with a felony.
Felonies that can send each suspect away for 5 years. Sometimes the troopers know where the drugs are, and sometimes they stumble upon them.
Fairbanks 243 to 36. Hey, how you doing? You what?
And then I'll get my insurance.
What is that?
Where? That's...
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, you got a whole big bag of mushrooms back there.
I'm so sorry.
Can you pass me that?
Yes. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise I will just let you take them and I will give you my insurance.
How much marijuana in here as well?
I don't have any marijuana.
Just mushrooms?
I just...
Come on now, don't play
Tomorrow
games.
is 420, and I can't go to jail. I don't want to. And I just can't get any work for a long place to stay. Everything.
Are you about to have a panic attack?
No, I'm on probation. I don't know, it's a huge mistake.
But the woman's troubles are just beginning.
Would you mind passing me that little bag of marijuana over there? All right.
I'm so sorry.
Said there was no more marijuana in here. Do you mind stepping out so I can just... All I want to do is just look in here and get the rest of this marijuana out of here. Can I look inside there and take it out?
I don't care.
Okay, I'll look inside there. She's got like an ounce of mushrooms on her, probably about a gram of marijuana, and inside the vehicle she's still got a crate load of marijuana pipes. Unfortunately for her, she's got a clean vehicle, and it just stood out like a sore thumb, like, what's that?
Trooper Johnson suspects it's too many drugs for one person to carry.
I did this traffic stop, and she looks like she's got about an ounce of mushroom. It's in a Ziploc bag, and I sent you a photo of it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is it just from having it in possession, or would weight change any type of charge against her?
Can we get this basket out back here? What's that? Can we get that basket out? Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. You want to go in? No, I don't. No, no. You got rid of that privilege when you got crazy.
This is a felony class for the mixed 3, and the marijuana is a mixed sex charge. Right now, we'll just impound the vehicle to the trooper post. We'll go through it and see if there's anything else inside the vehicle that we might have missed, and we'll end up transporting her to Fairbanks Correctional Center.
Deep in the wilds of Alaska's Hoodoo Mountains, over 12,000 people have gathered for a 4-day party. They call it Arctic Man. And it's one of the biggest, wildest, and most dangerous parties the troopers must watch over. It's 75 miles from the nearest police station and almost 170 miles from the nearest hospital, making the logistics of creating a trooper post in such a remote locale daunting.
It's a large event. This is significant. I mean, we are literally out in the middle of nowhere.
It's the midnight shift change, and the troopers' mission tonight: stop the sale of illegal drugs. Earlier in the evening, a suspected drug dealer offered Trooper Howie Peterson a sample of his product.
I'm off duty, I'm in plain clothes, and I'm standing there watching people, and stand by another trooper who's off duty, and this dude comes up to us, and he sticks marijuana right under my nose. He's just like sticking it up to my nose. He's like, dude, smell it, smell it.
Trooper Peterson didn't arrest the individual then, in the hope of building more than just a possession case against him.
You guys could be on foot and be a half block away or something.
An undercover unit is currently trailing the suspect. Troopers Potter and Strobel head out to back them up.
It's a dangerous job. Let's go.
Lieutenant Piscoya stays behind to monitor the situation from the mobile command center.
We'll just watch from here. Oh, right there. You know who that is?
Yeah.
So let's watch this. We're following some of our undercover guys that are trying to make a drug buy from somebody, and we're just listening to them on the radio, and when they tell us they made the buy, then we're going to kind of move up and try to make an arrest.
But unfortunately, we're always on Dover time, so we have to respond when the deal goes down, not when we want it to.
Okay, keep looking.
But the undercover unit loses the suspect in the crowd. The team puts the operation on hold for the night until they can locate the suspect's mobile home and probable base of operations. But the next day, the troopers' eye in the sky spots their suspected dealer.
Well, this time we're not going to lose him today.
Lieutenant Piscoya keeps constant watch on the suspect's current location. They know he's been dealing.
Look at that. They're making a deal right there.
What's he got?
Is that money? No?
Now they have the tape to prove it.
Well, that's drugs.
But a simple deal isn't enough for the troopers.
We want to find his stash, his whole supply. We don't want what's on his person. We want where he's stashing everything and keeping it.
They decide to approach the suspect on foot, hoping to find out where he's staying.
You guys having a good weekend? Yeah, we flew here from. Yeah, we came in from. You guys want me to flew? My name is. Right at the bottom. Yeah, we came. Flew into Anchorage, went into motorhome.
The suspect accepts Trooper Peterson's offer for a ride back to his campsite.
No problem to find out where he's at.
Yeah. This is too good to be true, guys.
Alley magic.
Peterson drives him all the way to his trailer. Once they know his location, it's up to the undercover unit to get probable cause for the search warrant. The lieutenant waits for confirmation that drugs and money have switched hands. If the buy happens, uniformed troopers will rush in to make the arrest.
We're going to need lots of proof on this. If it's coming to make contact with everybody. We're going to copy. I'm heading that way.
At the Arctic Man Festival, Alaska State Troopers are closing in on a suspected drug dealer.
52-2 usually have 3 other units approaching.
There seems to be several people outside.
Yeah, affirmative. Those are all his friends, so that's why we want this many units.
It's go time.
Are we detaining everybody? That's affirmative. Got one.
I look at
Everybody sit down. Get on the bus. Sit down. Sit down. Ma'am, sit down. Sit down. Have a seat.
While troopers quickly take control of the scene, Trooper Peterson apprehends and interviews the suspected drug dealer.
I did bring it up here. Let's send it out there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did. That's all I have now. That's from my house.
from the mail.
Yeah. Yeah, UPS did.
The suspect continues to deny selling anything, unaware he just sold to undercover officers minutes ago.
I did not sell that. I did that to my patients. And it is totally 100% legal. Maybe not here. I'm sorry. Right at your state.
Investigator Scott Johnson takes it from here.
So you've been going around Arctic Man giving samples, right?
I have.
Okay, you're not selling any weed.
I have not sold a single bit of it. Do you know what? I've given probably an ounce of weed over there every day.
Okay, so you have sold no weed to anybody.
Zero.
Okay, all right. Because obviously in the state of Alaska, it's a crime if you sell weed,
I
right?
have not sold weed.
Right, you understand that it is, right? Probably too. I
It
suppose.
is. Totally. 100%. The same way. I don't sell weed to those people. I give them weed for...
So if I asked anybody around here, hey, did he give you weed tonight? And they won't say you sold it.
Go. Start asking.
Did he have any money on him? Yeah.
I have money on my own now.
Right. Would it surprise you for me to tell you that the guy with the afro tonight, he's an undercover. Okay? And what we do is we have money that we photocopy before we give to you. Would it surprise you that this is our money?
No.
Because you sold us weed tonight, $150 worth. Okay? But the bottom line, you can't sell weed in the state of Alaska for profit. Can't do it.
Troopers transport the suspect to Arctic Man's mobile jail. Then, with the suspect's consent, search his RV. What they find will determine the severity of his charges.
And just like the undercover officer advised that we'd find, he saw this when they were originally weighing it out, that we'd find the additional marijuana. It looks like he's actually shipping it up here in jars. The scale for weighing it, there's a grinder to chop it up with. He has papers for smoking it. Also, this is actually hash oil. And that's going to be in here. This is an additional felony. And he's been selling like a madman throughout the Arctic Mint. He doesn't have very much left. He was trying to offload the rest to our undercover.
It's enough for 2 felonies.
I don't think we ever would have found this guy had we not been brought back by Trooper Peterson, so that worked out really well.
On the outskirts of Wasilla, Trooper Jared Knoll is on the front lines of the war on drugs.
It's one of our higher crime areas. There's a lot of drug activity in here. If we see anything suspicious, contact people, see what's going on. Hey, what's going on, guys?
It's not long before he spots a van making an illegal turn. It's a minor infraction, but Knoll knows every stop can lead to much more.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Pulled you over because you didn't use turn signal pulling onto this road. Is there a reason for that?
I did.
Is it not working in the back?
Yeah, it is.
No? Didn't see any turn signal in the back. Do you have your driver's license on you?
No, I don't.
Is it revoked?
I believe it is, yes.
All right, sit tight. I'll be back in a second.
Knoll believes the revoked driver is hiding something.
4 prior convictions, 1099. We have 3 days to serve a misdemeanor warrant.
And he's right.
49 right now.
What's up, Bill?
The driver's heading straight to jail.
Any hands behind your back? You know you got a warrant?
But the thought of a cell is too much, so he desperately tries to find a way to get off.
I know a lot of people around here.
What's that?
I want this town a lot.
What, you mean you want to give information?
If I could get off this, yeah. I know people that you guys would probably want.
Like who?
It's a name Knoll knows well. He's a high-level drug supplier who's been pouring large amounts of meth and heroin onto the Matsu Valley streets. Troopers would love nothing more than to get their hands on him. Knoll checks with the DA, who offers the man a deal.
But that's only if you give us good information on this guy.
Yeah, I deal with that.
The man starts spilling names.
He rides around with a guy named, he drives a red Honda, and he parks it all the time. And I know another person, his main dealer, she's selling pills and heroin, her name is, she sells all the time.
Okay. Patrol work is exciting to me. We can go from something a little bit suspicious going on with a vehicle that went past to now we've got a guy moving a lot of heroin, a lot of meth in the valley. He gave a lot of information, but you know we've got to establish the fact that he's reliable. So we're going to go track down one of those leads right now.
Armed with the new intel, units head to the shopping area to grab the dealer.
Just got a call from Sergeant Nelson. Believes the vehicle we're looking for just passed him in the area that this guy said it would be. Mackinac 45 out with 9.
It's the suspect's red car. Time to rock and roll.
This isn't supposed to be the dealer, it's supposed to be the guy shuttling the dealer around. So if he has any heroin, it's going to be user amounts, and I don't want to burn the source yet.
Trooper Jared Knoll questions a suspected drug courier, hoping he'll lead him to a bigger fish, a top meth supplier in the Matsu Valley.
So we got some information that you're shuttling around a drug dealer?
What?
Yeah.
Who?
What do you know about that?
Who? I don't shuttle him around.
You don't shuttle him around?
No.
I mentioned the nickname for the dealer. His ears perked up, but then he instantly clammed up, didn't want to give out any other information. But you have any drugs in the car right now?
No.
Okay. Do you mind if we check?
Yeah, I do.
You do mind?
I do mind. This is all over nothing. I haven't done anything.
But the driver matched the exact description we were given. The information we had gotten seemed to be pretty spot on.
But Sergeant Nelson's search of the car uncovers some incriminating evidence.
Girlfriend gave me consent to search her first. She's got water and a needle capsule. She's also got track marks on her arms, which is obviously indicative of IV drug use. You see what I'm getting at with this?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take my dog out. I'm going to put the dog on the ground. Okay?
Okay.
All right, why don't you hang tight back here with Super Normal? And we'll get this done with safety.
It's ridiculous.
The car comes up clean, and troopers must let the pair go.
You're good to go.
But now they know their informant who paid the car is credible.
pretty accurate. I'm going to continue to follow up on other leads that he's provided and see what other information I can uncover.
Later, Trooper Knoll gets an urgent call. Troopers making a nearby bus need backup now.
So we're headed to Willowas subdivision. The drug unit is on scene at a known drug house there. It's a place we're very familiar with.
And he's hoping he'll catch the big meth distributor he's been chasing.
Being that the drug unit's there, there's a good possibility that he is involved, and this is one of the places that he was believed to be staying at. It'll be very interesting if we make contact with him finally.
On scene, troopers already have their suspect in custody. But it's not the distributor Knoll's after. It's a female dealer.
So what's going on?
There's $30,000 worth of heroin. They got her in the black card.
They arrest her for drug possession with intent to distribute.
I left.
A possible 30 years behind bars. Authorities believe the shipment just made it to Alaska and was about to hit the streets.
It was a culmination of a multi-agency task force, resulting in the seizure of over $30,000 in narcotics.
They didn't find the suspect they were after, but they did put a big dent in his business.
You know, it's not something you're disappointed about. You're able to get these drugs off the street. We're able to get these people off the street. Not
In the rural post of Anchor Point, Trooper David Chaffin's earned himself a reputation when it comes to drug busts.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the joke, that I tend to stumble into a lot of drug-related arrests, so they joke that I'm the K-9 unit. You know, in my opinion, that's some of the most rewarding work you can do in law enforcement, is make a vehicle stop and end up with a felony case out of it. It's like your baby from start to finish.
Today, Chaffin sets up on a busy thoroughfare and sniffs out a traffic violation almost immediately.
We're going to follow this guy for a minute.
He doesn't have a mirror, as required by Alaska law. Doesn't have any mirror. We'll stop him. How's it going today, guys? Good. My name's Dave Chapman. I'm with the troopers. Isn't that you don't have any mirrors on the outside of your car? You gotta have at least the one on that side. So, yeah, because that's how people sideswipe people, right?
And Chaffin's nose for trouble detects another possible violation.
How much weed do you guys got in the car?
Weed, man.
It reeks.
Well, we have spice. It's illegal.
Yeah. Oh, you got spice? Okay, how long ago did you smoke it? And Kevin said we'll be right back, okay?
Spice is a synthetic marijuana with very real mind-altering effects.
We're going to put him through MSTs and make sure that he's not impaired by drugs. He said he smoked spice within the last hour. A lot of times when people say they smoke spice, they mean they actually smoke weed. And spice is also controlled in the state now. If he is impaired, that's illegal. I mean, they're moving around a lot up there, so they could be stashing something, or he could be taking something off his person.
Chaffin decides to put their story to the test.
Chat with you out here real quick, man. You step right back here to my car. You don't have any guns now, bazookas. Can I pat you down for my safety real quick? Or you're crazy tense. What's going on? What are you worried about? What are you on probation for?
Drugs.
Drugs? Okay. Did you smoke spice with them? Be honest.
No, I didn't.
Because your PO is going to ask for a UA. You know that, right? Okay. All right, is there anything in the car that's going to get you in trouble? No?
5965.
Can you shut the car off and hop out for me? Do you have anything on it? Just some poke stab stick shooting?
No, sir.
Can I pat you down from my safety? Do you mind? Face away from me, hands straight out to your sides for me, okay? Straight out to your sides like an airplane. There you go. Where's your pipe at?
He left his pipe on the street right there.
Whose pipe is it?
That's his pipe.
That's his pipe. So did he smoke with you?
He smoked in town, like, after work.
After work?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go over to the sidewalk where it's flat, because we're going to do some walking and stuff, man. All right. Sorry. Slips off the morning. Okay, just do the best you can.
I've been working all day, kind of tired.
Okay. It was 12. Improper turn.
Oh, no, sorry, it's kind of hard. I've never had a test like this before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did the instructions make sense to you, though?
They did. It's just kind of hard to do, because normally I can't even do that.
Okay.
I really can't do that.
Okay. Any other drugs in the car?
No, sir.
Is it all right if I search the car and verify there's nothing else in there? Okay. Just have a seat on the curb for me. Cross your ankles.
The man's behavior sends Trooper Chaffin to the vehicle for answers.
Usually they're opportunistic. They find a spot that they can pop open real quick and hide their stuff. The guy on probation is worried. He's in a bad position for a guy that has conditions he has to follow. He's not allowed to possess any drugs. The fact that this is in the passenger seat and the driver is saying it's the passenger, that's certainly an issue. There's a spice packet on this side, too.
But Chaffin's search is just getting started.
Yeah, there's more to the story. There's some weed and a wrapper under the passenger seat. It's not looking good.
Trooper David Chaffin's routine traffic stop has quickly turned into a possible drug bust.
It's a mirror. It's just like the movies. People snort drugs off of them, meth, cocaine. They'll crush up pills and snort them. There's some white residue on there, but I can't, without sending it to the lab, I'm not going to be able to test it. But we might talk to them about it. Hey.
It's not mine.
I mean, you know what people use mirrors for, right?
No.
You've seen Scarface. I mean, there's definitely some white residue on there.
Well, it's only gone for a while if you test it. You can test it if you want.
I'll send it to my lab for sure.
Chaffin returns to the vehicle for one final search.
Stand up. You're under arrest.
What?
Put your hands behind your back.
What did I do?
Under arrest for driving under the influence and possession of methamphetamine.
Oh, what? That's not mine, sir. Swear to God.
Okay. The driver was arrested. He's been charged with driving under the influence, possession of marijuana, and possession of methamphetamine.
But he won't be going alone.
I think you know what's up. You're under arrest. He's not allowed to have drugs. He's not allowed to use drugs. He's not allowed to be around felons. In this case, he was riding in a car with a guy that had possession of some methamphetamine, which is certainly a positive arrest for the community. An arrest like this is pretty rewarding.
Troopers never know when a dispatch may take an unexpected turn toward drugs.
Paramedics 11. Go ahead.
We do have a 911 reporting that the driver is running away from the vehicle. Black jacket, blue jeans, dark hair, running away from the scene.
10 4. Oh, right off ahead of the highway. There are 2 kids that are hurt back then. A female that's also in the car, not able to move right now. He just took off and just fled. There's also now a fire at the crash scene. The sergeant that was on the traffic stop there got an ID on him and found out the guy has 5 warrants. And that would explain where it. Let's check it for him. Yeah. The car went off of a bank about 4 foot high, and he hit a water tower at about 12, 13 feet up above the ground level. Where's the ones that took off on foot?
These last 2 run that way.
Okay. I'll take off looking for them, huh? Okay. Let's go. First 2011. Tango 4. Needs more people to start looking for the driver who took off on foot.
Fairbanks City 11. I was contacted by a witness that they saw the driver run towards the Mitchell overpass and the on-ramp head north and ran into the woodbine.
First level, head that way. Try to get to him before he gets to the river. We've got an area that we believe he's in blocked off right now. We've got a perimeter around it. It's a fairly small group of trees in the middle of a on-ramp area. Fairbanks 7, I'll be out with 23. He was seen running into one of the wooded areas here that we're all sitting around.
But the city of Fairbanks is surrounded by miles and miles of wilderness, so the odds of finding a suspect are stacked against them.
We don't have any canine on duty right now, so we're trying to call one in and see if there's one available off duty. If we're not able to get a canine, then we'll just have to start searching on foot.
Was he last seen running into the trees to your left or between you and I?
Hey, right there!
Thanks, right in front of me.
Hands on her gun! Give us your hand! Hands on her gun! Give us your hand!
Got him.
Trooper Josh Rallo nabbed a suspected hit-and-run driver. And he's not empty-handed.
Just came off of him out there.
He popped up on just the other side of the road, so I pointed at him and you looked back and
I saw him running back down the bank. As soon as he said, hey, I saw him feeling back down the bank.
With the scene secure, Rallo heads back to the crash site to assess the damage.
See how bad it caved it in? You don't realize how much it's caved in until you look at it from the side.
yeah, I know. Crazy.
He crashed his vehicle at approximately over 100 miles an hour. I applied for a warrant for the vehicle to try to find some reason that he actually ran from us and why he was willing to take such a risk.
Troopers impound the vehicle so they can get some answers on why he fled. And with warrant in hand, Sergeant Jess Carson starts a search.
It's a handgun case with a handgun inside of it. The action's back, the safety is off. In essence, if this is loaded, which it has 16 rounds, it appears, and a bullet in the chamber. It was ready to go. All the individual had to do was grab it and pull the trigger. And we have cocaine. We have crystal methamphetamine. We have marijuana. We have more crystal meth, some form of prescription narcotic of some kind, black shark heroin.
This suspect's luck's run out. If charged for the drugs in the car, he faces up to 36 years of jail time.
The reason I originally tried contacting the individual is I was just conducting routine traffic patrol. At that point, I was pulling him over just for speeding. The fact that we caught him is exciting for us because people who are willing to do anything to get away are the most dangerous type of suspects. But he's where he belongs, and that's in jail. His family's safe for today, the community of Fairbanks is safe for today, and the Alaska State Troopers are safe for today.
In Palmer, Trooper Joseph Hess gears up for his Florida midnight shift. The peak time for crime and drugs.
Everything here is Calvin and Bodar, the Silver Jetta Line PID.
Air locate for the suspect vehicle, Lieutenant.
Car went into the ditch. The owner of the vehicle called us and said that Abe was driving. He just got out of jail.
It's a name Trooper Hess knows well. He's a notorious drug dealer. He's wanted on multiple warrants and now the target of a full-scale trooper manhunt.
He's been known to run from us quite a bit. Last time I talked, he was in a prison fight.
On scene, he meets the suspect's hysterical girlfriend. She's the passenger who called the troopers, but she's alone.
Are you the owner of the car? What are you freaking out about?
Pulled the e-brake and jumped out.
Okay. Back home 17. Can you send me a second unit?
He did this on purpose. He's a drug dealer, something.
I know who did you.
He's trying to frame me out.
Frame you from what?
He left his stuff in that car. He put it in my name.
You knew he had warrants and you let him drive your car? What do you think was going to happen? So is there drugs in that car?
I put it on my gun because I got scared.
Oh, so you're driving a car with drugs in it?
I threw a tin. I don't even know it was in there.
So there's probably drugs in it, right?
Well, yeah, probably.
If Trooper Hess can find the drugs she tossed, he'll arrest her for possession. Then she might be ready to give her boyfriend up.
Where'd you throw that container at? Where's it at? What color is it?
It was blue, green, and I had a kid.
Tara, stand up, we're gonna walk in front of my car. Put your hands behind your back. I'm detaining you until we figure out what's going on, okay? Because you told me you just did some drugs. I'm just gonna hold on to you until I find some... I can't let you wandering around like this next to the roadway, okay? Have a seat, have a seat. There you go.
Trooper Phillips and the Wasilla PD Canine Unit arrived to find the missing stash.
Whoever's Mitsubishi that is, stay back about that far and then give me free roam around the truck with the dog.
Okay.
With the car with the dog.
Sounds good. Let's see if we can find this 10. Kind of hinges on everything.
Trooper Hess is searching for drugs he thinks his suspects tossed when trying to escape.
Let's see if we can find this 10. Kind of hinges on everything. Nothing. Just relax. Breathe.
Okay.
Breathe. Take a minute to calm down. So you started dating 4 days ago?
About 4 days ago, yes.
You know he's a junkie.
Well, I know, yes, that.
Yeah, and he has warrants, and he's just an all-around bad dude.
Without the drugs, Hess decides to let the woman go.
I'll let you out of cuffs. You're gonna have to make arrangements to move the vehicle, okay?
I don't want
You don't want it? Well, you're on the title. It makes sense now, huh? They don't want to be committing crimes in that vehicle and have it registered to them. They're setting you up for the fall.
The trail of destruction ends, but the hunt continues.
He's gonna be long gone from the area. We'll just keep looking for him.
Later that night, a new shift of troopers hits the streets to continue searching for the wanted dealer.
Malcolm will be 21. Malcolm will be 29.
It's not long before Trooper Kevin Vick gets an urgent call for backup.
At 10 acting that way. One of the other troopers conducted a traffic stop here on KGB, and when the vehicle pulled over, 2 males bailed out.
He meets with Troopers Calhoun and Cooper just moments after they squared off with 2 suspects.
Please have some water, I can't breathe. Okay, hydrate.
Trooper Calhoun managed to take one suspect down with pepper spray.
No, I'm not gonna help you out, man. You're fighting with my troopers. I'm sorry, man. I didn't hear him. I didn't play with him. I just... Yeah, well, please make it straight. Unfortunately, you're gonna go to jail, okay?
The other bolted into the woods.
Passenger bail. Okay. It's the driver who's still in the vehicle. Okay.
But the female driver's still on scene, and Trooper Cooper checks her ID.
Are you folks, are they known to you? You're just picking them up.
I don't know him.
It's the same girl Trooper Hess let go earlier today, the fugitive drug dealer's girlfriend.
We need to know who was in your vehicle.
His name is...
His last name.
I don't know his last
You don't know who he is?
Once again, a suspect's fled her car. It could be the wanted drug dealer, but the girl gives a name troopers have never heard before.
Do you leave anything in the car?
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
You mind if I grab that? It was actually...
Bingo! The ID belongs to the fugitive they've been hunting all day.
You're gonna turn around for me? Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for felony hindering. Because when we asked you who was in the car and you knew it was when you knew he had a warrant, and then you lied to us repeatedly.
Their man's on foot in the woods. This is their best chance to catch him.
He's either going to bed down.
Suddenly, they get an anonymous tip. The dealers fled through the woods to a house south of the valley.
That was earlier today?
Yeah, about maybe 45 minutes ago.
Other troopers are already there. But they'll need backup and a warrant before they go in.
Based on our past contacts with him, we know that he'll try to assault us. We also know that he'll flee.
Troopers surround the house. They know they've got him cornered.
State troopers, come to the door.
State troopers, come to the door.
He assumed that if he didn't come to the door, we would just leave.
Time to end this. They breach the front door and grab their man.
She didn't know. I told her it was someone else. I swear, I wouldn't let her. She kept saying, please, turn yourself in, go.
With her boyfriend now in custody, the drug dealer's girlfriend begs to be released. But she did, and she's going down with
This is
it.
what you do to the people around you. This is what you do to the people around you. I've been dealing with you for the last 5 years. This is what you do to the people around you. Every single person that you get around, this is what happens.
One of the Valley's key dealers is finally in trooper hands again.
He's looking at doing some significant time from this arrest. All right, go ahead, step out. This guy thought that he could leave our traditional jurisdictional area and leave thinking that we wouldn't go out and look for him. Unfortunately, he was wrong this time. We're the Alaska State Troopers. We cover the state of Alaska.